As 2020 comes to a close, the coronavirus pandemic rages on. Welcome to the COVID-19 global update. I am Cameron Sadeghi. Welcome to a faceless broadcast. I'm trying this new screen share capability here on HAPS TV. Please download the HAPS app, subscribe to this channel for more news updates. But I am ready to go to share you the most important news happening around the world, utilizing the COVID-19 map here by Johns Hopkins University, the Johns Hopkins University Coronavirus Resource Center. So I'm going to get to all of the important news around the globe. But first, what you're seeing on the screen is a chart of the cumulative cases around the world happening in every country. Johns Hopkins University has calculated all of the cases happening around the world. And let's play with this map here. As of yesterday, December 11th, 2020, the most recent update around the world, 71 million confirmed cases around the world, as you see with my cursor there. Maybe you see it on your screen. That was updated on December 11th. Now let's go back 30 days ago. It was 52 million cases. So in a span of 30 days, 19 million cases, and an increase of 19 million cases globally, all around the world. Let's look at the cumulative deaths for the COVID-19 pandemic. December 11th, yesterday, 1.595 million. 30 days ago, 1.285 million cases. So that is the quick global snapshot around the world in terms of cases and deaths globally. Now, let's go to the map that you may be most familiar with. If you've ever been on this website, it's the first thing that you see here. A map showcasing the global cases and global deaths in total from the very beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic. 71 million confirmed global cases, according to Johns Hopkins University. And then global deaths, 1.5 million global deaths, nearing 1.6 million global deaths. As you see on the left side of your screen, the United States is ranked first in cases and also in deaths, with 295,791 confirmed deaths in the United States. Let's start with the updates and the headlines, starting in the United States, and we'll go all around the world in this update. Historic day in Arkansas, but not in a good way. Arkansas health officials on Friday reported a one-day record of 55 deaths due to COVID-19 and 2,770 new confirmed or probable cases. This is coming directly from the Associated Press. So on Friday, Arkansas reaching a record, but not for the good, more cases or more deaths, and a record of 55 confirmed deaths in Arkansas. That was the record, and it was yesterday on Friday. In the United States, we're still sticking with the United States here. Everyone's talking about the vaccine. When will it come? When will the COVID-19 vaccine happen? Hello, Mark. Thank you for joining me here on this COVID-19 global update. The vaccine is expected to arrive in the United States Monday morning, according to the Associated Press. In a report today, U.S. officials said Saturday today that the government gave the final go-ahead to have shots needed for this outbreak. So the COVID-19 vaccine will begin arriving on Monday morning here in the United States. Travel restrictions still happening between the United States, Canada, and Mexico. The United States land borders will remain closed for non-essential travel until at least January 21st. This is coming from Reuters News. So we heard about that original travel ban between the border of United States, on the border of the U.S.-Canada, U.S.-Mexico border, but that extension, the travel restriction extending to January 21st. Let's go around the world and then we'll play with the map, but just some quick headlines around the world. And I've got an interesting little soundbite from Iran that I'm going to show you soon. In Russia, record deaths, and in Germany as well. Russia reported the highest ever death toll, 613 deaths on Friday. Yet this is not the deadliest month so far for Russia. It was actually October. So October was the deadliest month, but the deadliest day was Friday. 613 confirmed deaths. That is coming from Russia's coronavirus task force. In Germany, same story, same issue, record deaths. 598 fatalities on Friday. That is coming from the Robert Koch Institute, the country center for disease control. So record deaths in Russia and Germany. And for those of you joining, thank you, Pablo, for joining. Record deaths in Arkansas in the United States. We're seeing record high cases and deaths as the year closes and as 2020 closes. Let's look at the map here. For those of you who have just joined, I'm going to go back to what I had earlier here in this map, if I can get it to you here. Hold on. Let me just refresh in case some of you have just joined in right now. So right now, cumulative cases globally, 71 million. On November 11th, 52 million, 19 million increase in cases in 30 days. So this was last updated yesterday on December 11th, a 19 million increase. And then in terms of deaths, the cumulative death count, 1.595 million. And then on November 11th, 1.285 million. These are the total cases, deaths around the world, according to Johns Hopkins University. If you have any questions, please comment below. And thank you, Pablo and Mark, for joining me. And thanks, Mark, for the reward. I'm going to share, I'm going to share you one soundbite out of Iran. CNN did a report in Tehran, Iran. Nick Walsh of CNN was reporting inside a hospital in Tehran, Iran. And Iran has been hit extremely hard with the coronavirus pandemic. Let me just get you the numbers here. One of the hardest hit countries in the Middle East. 51,949 confirmed deaths and 1.1 million cases in Iran. This was an interesting soundbite coming from a patient, as I'm going to switch the map here, a patient in Tehran, Iran, with the coronavirus, as I'm going to get this to you. All right, hopefully all of you can see. Sorry, it's my first time. Okay, so here we go. So this was a patient in Iran giving his thoughts on the coronavirus, the symptoms he's feeling, reported chest pain coming from this patient. Let's hear his soundbite. He criticizes the United States sanctions on Iran, calling it cruelty. Let's hear from his own words in Iran. I just got to make sure I'm sharing the audio. Hold on, sorry, 1 second. Technical difficulties here. I don't know if you can still hear me. My feed is not working here. Can anyone see? Oh, okay. I think we are good to go now. So thank you for joining me. Sorry for the technical difficulties here. Went through some headlines. Iran is one of the hardest hit countries in the Middle East. This is a coronavirus patient in Tehran, Iran, giving his thoughts on how he's feeling, and also makes a note about commenting on the U.S. sanctions on Iran and the effect that it's had on patients in Iran. Let's take a listen in to this. This is from Nick Walsh's report on CNN. Let's take a listen.
Khalif doesn't look it, but is much better.
One day went to the for excursion outside in one of the parks, and there I think there we got the coronavirus. So I'm better than before. Very pain in my chest. And science, it is cruel upon America. Cruelty. Yeah.
So you hear from the coronavirus patient. So you just heard a coronavirus patient in Tehran, Iran, giving his thoughts about the feelings, that the kinds of symptoms, the chest pain that he's been feeling. Also, his view of the sanctions between the United States, or the sanctions placed on Iran by the United States. Issues in hospitals in Iran regarding medical supplies. We know that the sanctions that the United States has placed on Iran has made it more difficult for medical supplies to get into Iran. Let's before we head on out, let's finish with something positive. There's positive news to report. So, a 94-year-old war veteran, World War II veteran from Temescal Valley in California survives the coronavirus. A really positive story I wanted to share with you here. Norman Macarthur survives COVID-19 at the age of 94 years old. I know we've heard a lot about different deaths and cases happening all around the world, but I thought it would be good.
This holiday season,
you can help light the spark of love
for thousands
of
kids all over Southern California.
Just text SPARK to 24365 or go to abc7.com, Spark of Love.
That's going to be the end of the broadcast. Sorry, I had some technical issues, but thank you everyone for tuning in. I'm Cameron Sadeghi with your COVID-19 Global Update.